Welcome back to Trading Wars, and thanks for joining me again today, my friends. So today I really wanted to take some time. I opened up my broker here. This is Interactive Brokers Trading Desktop, Trader Desktop. So this is their new platform, so you can really see your trades and look through your positions and also take trades. So I wanted to go through this platform, show you all my open positions, and then I wanted to go through the charts and really give you the best that I can and step by step with Fibonacci, as I promised you guys. So if you're ready, my friends, let's step into the war zone. So first and foremost, on the day, over $20,000, unrealized 147K. A lot of that is coming from Amazon. More than half of that is coming from Amazon. Realized only 280 bucks. So that was one of my small trades today on MES. I have a lot that I'm still holding, and just broke over $600,000 in my account, which is pretty huge for me. I never thought that I'd be able to get there, working as an overnight cashier, also working in a factory and graveyard shifts and all that, trying to get my CPA and finally getting it. I just really feel kind of overwhelmed. So I wanted to make sure I do this video for you guys and explain everything and the why behind why I take these plays, also how to manage your risk and make sure that you guys are just learning, because at the end of the day, education is a human right. So what I'm going to do at the end, I'm going to be doing a lifetime Discord giveaway, and I'm also going to be showing you guys how to enter the next one. Pretty much, you just got to subscribe and comment. And let's try to get this video to 100 likes. I'm really just showing you every single thing here. And this is a course at the end of the day. And please, I really hope I can add value. So put your seatbelts on and get the pen and the pad out, and let's get right into it. Okay, so let's go ahead first, and let me just go through some of my positions here. And we're going to start off with Tesla. Okay, so Tesla, I really like this new interface that we have here on the Interactive Brokers desktop. So you can see here, Tesla, the March 21st 400 calls. I've been sharing it with you guys this for weeks. I also gave you my exact entry live. And right here, this is what I really like. So my average price, $26 per contract. Total cost basis, 5,202, and it's worth 14,270 right now. Unrealized P&L of 9,068 and the return of 174.3%. I still have to March for these Tesla calls. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to hop into the Discord, and we're going to go back to the original analysis, and we're going to talk about the risk to reward, and we're going to talk about what's the plan going forward. All right. So first thing I'm going to do, let me just hit the snipping tool right here. Boom. And I want to do this and show you guys like a real actual kind of like day in the life. Okay. So let's go ahead here. Let me take a better screenshot here, and we're going to copy this, and then we're going to head over. Okay. So right here, boom. Okay. So this is the Tesla chart. Let's hop into the Discord here, and let's go back to the original posting. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to add this on right here. And so just these Tesla calls now, just post it right there, 71.43 from 2601. Send the boom like that. Okay. And we're going to go back to the beginning of this analysis. Okay. And that's going to take us all the way to here. Okay. So we started off actually Tesla with a double inside bar. This was back on the 21st of November. Okay. So that's what I really like about Discord, is we can timestamp things. Okay. So let's go to the 21st of November. So the first contract that I purchased, so this right here, guys, this is old. So I'm up closer to about 75,000 now. This was as of Friday. So add 20K to that. So anyways, let's just delete that. So let's go in here, and we're going to start off. So this right here, okay, was the double inside bar. So this was the double inside bar. So before I took this 618 Fibonacci here, there was a double inside day on Tesla. And this is a straightforward strategy that I've been using for a long time. We can see last time we had a double inside day on Tesla was back on the 18th of July. Generally, these double inside days, the next day there's a big move. So what I did with this double inside day was I was betting that we would go to the upside, right? I was betting that Tesla was going to break and go to the upside. So once we got this double inside day, the next day I bought calls. Okay. So I entered into my first part of those calls. So the first contract on these 400 calls was purchased back in on the double inside day, and I purchased it for around 30 something. It was more than 26. It was about 30 something dollars, right? Because what happened on this play is Tesla ended up going sideways after this double inside bar, and it pulled back a little bit. So the first thing to note right here is leave room to add. Okay. So I knew that whenever I'm taking these double inside days, they're very aggressive. Really, what I want to do is be able to buy on a Fibonacci pullback, right? Because that's going to give me the best. So whenever you're taking like these double inside days, inside day breakouts, what you want to do is leave room to add if you want to hold the position long term. Okay. So I left room to add, and you'll see what happens next is we pierced off. This right here completed my Fibonacci leg, okay? Because this was the previous high. We broke that high. So the previous high was 358.64. This was back on the 11th of November. I'm looking at the daily chart. And then on the 22nd of November, we made the new high. This new high is what allows me to draw Fibonacci, okay? Because the new high signifies a new leg. So we take our Fibonacci from the low to high, okay? This represents an increase of roughly 16.7%, okay? And then we have our 618, 329.36 waiting for the fill, and then we get filled. So we get filled, and then on the second contract that I purchased, it was lower than the first contract, and it brings my average down to 26,011, okay? So I'm wondering if I could go in here actually and see if I can. Well, I can't find Tesla here for 7 days because I entered this position earlier than that. But eventually with Interactive Brokers, I reached out to them, and I would love for them to be able to pull this feature back like 30 days. So then you can see all of your orders in the last 30 days for a particular instrument. But anyways, we'll go back to the portfolio now. Where are you? Right here. Okay. So going back to Tesla here. So it brought my average down to 26,011. Okay. So the total capital that I had put up is 5,202 at that time. So now what we're going to do is we're going to talk about all the risk parameters now. Okay. So when you're trading Fibonacci, let's full screen this. When you're trading Fibonacci, we're going to use the risk to reward tool here. Entering on the 618, my maximum stop loss on any position with strictly Fibonacci basis, okay, is their swing low. That is your max stop loss, okay? If you want to use a percentage of the options contracts, you can do that as well, okay? You can definitely do that as well, like 50% of the contract or 75% or 100% of the contract. A lot of times when I'm not using Fibonacci as a strict entry and stop loss, when I'm doing options, I'm just putting in what I'm willing to lose. That just keeps it simple. But in this particular situation, because I had around $5,200 in there, I was monitoring a stop loss very closely. So the most, I would say, conservative is having your stop loss at this swing low. Okay. What are the other scenarios though? So let's go ahead here and we're going to put on the full. Okay. So we know that the 618 is going to be the buy. Okay. So that's the buy no matter what. Okay. And actually, let me just hop into the Discord here and I just want to show you guys that buy. Just so right here. So adding to my Tesla position here using the 618 Fibonacci 329.36. This is how it looked at the time. Okay. So the point of me showing you that is if you look at this chart, it's red. So Tesla is red. Anytime you have a Fibonacci trade, it's going to be a pullback. So your mind is going to tell you off the bat that, oh, this might not be a good trade, right? Your mind is going to tell you that off the bat because you're seeing red. However, I always look at it from a risk to reward perspective. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's manipulate this risk to reward. So the tightest stop loss that you can use, they're various. So you can use a 90 stop loss, you can use a 786 stop loss, and then something that I've been testing, and I maybe shouldn't be talking about this, but anyways, what I've been testing is the 0.75, because the moment that I talk about something is the moment that somebody tries to sell a course on it. But anyways, this is something that I've been testing, the 0.75. It's not a Fibonacci level, but it's somewhere in between the 618 and 786 based on my data, that it still gives me enough room to stay into the trade. So from here, we have the rally the very next day and then the gap up. Okay. So using the 750, which is the tightest that I'd go, okay, we've already achieved on the close of this day about a 4-to-1 risk to reward. You guys see that 4 right there? So a 4-to-1 risk to reward, what it means is a 4-to-1 risk to reward means you can lose the next 4 trades and still break even. So if you're taking 10 trades, okay, so let's talk about that. So let's say if you take 10 trades and you win 2 with a 4-to-1, so let's say you're risking $100, okay? So with the 4-to-1, you're gonna make 2 trades is gonna give you 800 revenue or gains, and then you're gonna have 800 in losses, right? Because you lose the other 8. So you net 0. Okay, this is not factoring commissions. So with a 4-to-1 risk to reward, you need 3 winners per 10 trades, right? And that's going to bring you to 1,200 and 700 net 500 profit. Okay, so that's why I like to manipulate my stop loss, because I can get a better risk to reward. The other way to do this is by actually going into the hourly chart and looking for the candlestick entry or the 4-hour chart. So I like to use the 4-hour. Okay. So here's an example of using the candlestick entry. So on the 27th of November, we have this inside bar. Okay. So you can buy on the close of this inside bar, and your risk would be the low of this candle, right? Obviously, you're going overnight, so you could have potentially more risk if we gap down. But the 4-hour candles are usually big, so this gives you somewhat of a wide enough stop, okay, for me personally. So the 2 ways to trade it for the fibs, either using the direct entry like the 618 right here, or waiting to see what happens when we get to the 618 on the lower time frames. Can you get an entry? Okay. All right. So we're going to fast forward now, and we're going to discuss where we are right now and my plans. Okay. So we just crossed the 100 measured move. So the 100 measured move gives a risk to reward of over 12, which is pretty crazy. So if we take the percentage tool and we measure from low to high of the last run, that was about a 17% change. And now from the new high, we have another roughly 14.3, 14.4%. So honestly speaking, I never thought we would get here so quickly, but I knew that there was a lot of potential with Tesla, especially since I seen the reaction on the fib. If we look at this fib, as soon as we touch this fib, there was very little heat on the fib. We turned around, held it, and started to push. So what we're going to do now here is we're going to switch over to the basic template, just looking at that 618. And we're going to put some projections on here that I like to use. So we're going to do let's do the negative 1.272. And we're going to do the negative 1.618. Okay. So these targets here are key targets that I use when you have a good 618 fib. These are like your home run targets, right? Because this is going to really put you in a risk to reward. This one's going to give you 14, and this one is going to give you 16.8. So in the long run here, so what my strategy is now with these calls, this is my line in the sand. This low. Okay. This is the candle of strength, just like this candle was. Just like this candle was. You see the lower wick showing buyers, and then the explosion. This one is even a much bigger body. So the low of this candle, right around 402.38, must hold for me. Otherwise, I will sell at least one of my contracts. Okay. And then from there, the upside, we have 428.98, 447.21. These are the next key levels that I'm watching for Tesla. Ideally for me, we start to consolidate a little bit and build a new base, because I really want to hold these until March. And then my game plan is I'm going to exercise these and then buy 200 shares at $80,000. That's my game plan. Okay. Okay. All right. So that was Tesla. That was 15 minutes right there. So I apologize, but I wanted to be thorough with that. Okay. So we're going to look at Amazon and Microsoft. So what I wanted to tell you about Amazon and Microsoft. So I own 1,300 shares of Amazon, 75,311 unrealized. Microsoft, 615 shares, 49,040 unrealized. Those two stocks are my core holdings. Okay. I always add to these positions. I've been in these stocks for a long time. Okay. Even with different accounts, before I migrated Interactive Brokers, I didn't have much money because, I was working a factory before I became a CPA, but I still was always a part of it, because once I realized later on in my career, the power of investing, then I tried to get involved. Even if I didn't have much, I wanted to be a part of the market. That was my dream. So here, Amazon and Microsoft, you'll notice here for Amazon, I also have these calls. So I have one contract for the January 17 to 205 calls. My cost basis was only $837. Okay. And now they're worth 2,721. My return, 225%. Okay. So what I'm doing is buying shares and then also using options. If I like the way the options go, if I want to hold it, like for example, Amazon, I can buy 100 shares more of Amazon because they're in the money. Okay. So I hope that makes sense. Same thing with Microsoft. So what I'm going to do right now is we're going to switch over to Amazon. And I'm going to talk to you about the setups. Okay, so I'm going to talk to you about the setups. So same thing here, guys. Let's just go ahead quickly and update the Amazon. Okay, so I'm going to go to the beginning. So this was the chart for Amazon for the options play. Okay, so we had this 195.55 using this Fibonacci low to high. Our first actual buy on Amazon was 186.08 for the original play. And we've been buying it earlier in the year, but the 186.08 was the earnings play. Then we had the gap up, pull back, new high, and then we complete the Fibonacci. Okay. So I'm going to go in here. Okay. And let me just add Amazon here for the group right here. Okay. So let's go ahead and let's do that. So this is kind of like what I do. My screenshots suck. This is kind of what I do, a daily basis, trying to give updates to everyone. All right. So I wanted to show you that too, so you guys understand like a day in the life of what I'm actually doing. Okay. So we're just going to go here and we're going to just reply. And we're going to say at stocks, Amazon calls now. So 27.25 from 837. And what does that return, my friends? 225 plus 225%. Send boom. Okay. All right. So let's step into the chart now. So just make sure that's posted. Let's step into the chart. Okay. So from here, just going to go here and I'm going to walk you guys through this. So this was the last main buy. Just going to put on the basics here. Okay. So starting off here with Amazon, initially, I had my anchor in the wrong spot. I had my anchor over here, right? And with this anchor, we pulled back pretty deep. But now in hindsight, if I had my anchor down here, that was the 618. So I just adjusted my anchor now to reflect the real picture. But the beauty is on this trade, notice it never broke this low. It never broke the original stop anchor. So therefore, I never needed to close position. Okay. So we're going to come back here and I'm going to walk you through the pattern. Okay. So what we have here is an ABCD harmonics pattern. Okay. So we can come off of using our ABCD tool. We start up with our low. Okay. Our high, shallow pullback, new high, and then the 618 completion. So this is an ABCD. So ABCD Okay, harmonic pattern is very powerful Fibonacci pattern because what it does is the decompletion of this pattern usually lines up with previous support right here. So we had the previous support. So when your D lines up with the previous support, not only do you have the fib like going like this, not only do you have that fib, but you also have a previous area where buyers stepped in to give you extra confirmation. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to go with those calls as well. Okay. And then now we can go ahead here and we can put on the full. So what do we have for extensions? 231.37, 235, 240, 246. Okay. So you can already see Tesla has blown through those projections already for its measured move. Amazon still has not hit the measured move. So there's still room on Amazon. And with every one of these plays, guys, you might be asking, like, so Rich, what do I do now if you miss the play? Just wait for the next pullback. There's always going to be a pullback, right? If you look here, this is the daily chart. Amazon pulled back 2 days in a row, Monday and Tuesday, before this new high. I always wait for the pullback. I'll never suggest you guys to go and chase calls or to buy at highs. Okay. So I'm also going to be talking about at the end some position on some shorts, but let's continue here. Microsoft. Okay. So Microsoft, same pattern here. Okay. But Microsoft still has not made new all-time highs, right? But it's the same harmonic. I have it drawn for you guys. Purchasing here. And then we had another mini 618 here, harmonic rallying. Okay. So I bought a little bit more shares over here. I didn't load any options. I probably should have. But I was a little bit hesitant because Amazon was doing really well. And I wanted to put my capital, more capital to that than Microsoft. But anyways, really nice 618 patterns on Microsoft. So let's go back now. Okay. And we're going to talk about Google, NVIDIA, SPY futures. Okay. So we got to pick it up here. We got to pick up some steam because I am taking too long. But I really want you guys to understand what I'm talking about. Okay. So Google, let's go ahead here and let's look at, let's go ahead here and let's look at the calls. Okay. So Google is interesting because I bought the 2027, okay, 170 calls. I put $3,457 in there, and right now it's worth $5,539. But the crazy thing is I have until 2027. And I'm hoping, you know, if everything goes well, that I will hold this all the way till then. I mean, that'll be pretty fun just to experience that because I've never really held something that long in terms of options. So I'd love to do that. And I'd love to just take you guys on the journey. So make sure you guys drop a like, all right, and subscribe. So let's go back here. Okay, so we're going to go to the Discord again. We're going to find the Google play. Okay, so I'm just going to hit reply. These Google leaps now at boom. So where are we at? 54.90 from oh, wait, I think it's right here, right? So 30, sorry, I didn't see it. 34.57.1 plus what do we have here? 60%, which is crazy because we have years on this. All right. But let's go back here to this setup on. So this was the setup on Google. Okay. This was a 4-hour Fibonacci harmonic setup. This was back on the 16th of November. I posted this. Okay. So let's go ahead and let's walk through. So the first thing here, let's go to the basic, is we have a harmonic pattern. Okay. So we have our A, new high, B, C, D. So you could draw it like that, or you can draw it like this. A, B, C, D. Okay. So either one will get you to the same 618, however you want to draw the A, B, C, D. But the main thing again, right, is where the D completed. So 168.43, where the D completed right here. If you look to the left, you're going to see this previous support. So that really gave me confidence. That's why I went into the leaps. Okay, I've seen that confidence. Obviously, there's news, you know, guys, there's always going to be news. And the people loading in here, the algos loading in here, is it possible they knew about the news before? It is possible. Anything is possible. Do I know that for sure? Absolutely not. But it's just interesting to see how we react, because what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add the 786. And then now we start to get creepy. We sat on that 786. This is the daily chart. So here's your entry. Here's your inside bar if you want to do the bar. For me, I got in on the 618. There's your bar. Here's your max risk down here. And then we just rip. So this is a beautiful setup here. And then we'll look at the projections. So the measure moves at 205.24, just making a new all-time high right here on Google. So really nice. Okay. So again, if you're not in the positions, what do I suggest? Wait for the pullback. All right. And you should have already been in these positions if you wanted to take the risk, because the philosophy of Fibonacci is buying the dips and using the dips to get good deals. Okay. So we're going to move over now to NVIDIA. So NVIDIA has been chopping around. I actually have an open order here on NVIDIA 129.56 to complete this dragon pattern, and I'm waiting for that. I'm still holding my shares that I purchased at 107. You'll go to the 4-hour. So this was the original Fibonacci leg that I'm still in right here. Okay, so this 618. So this gives us a good example if we go back now to the portfolio of what we can do. So these 100 shares came off of the 107 calls that I tripled, right? So we took those calls, executed them into shares. Now we're still in the position through shares. So that's the power of options. Some of you guys might not know, but it gives you the right to purchase. So when NVIDIA was 130 something, I used it. I exercised the 107 calls. Now I have these. Okay. I did buy some new calls. You can see they're down 114. The 138 January 17, 2025. So those are actually down. But it is what it is. So it's not a big loss or anything like that. I only put in $934. But I will update you guys on NVIDIA once we get filled. Okay. AMD, a lot of people have been asking me for this. And I'm going to say this again. And I know some of you don't like it, but I'm just going to be honest with you on what I really feel. So AMD, I have not gone long. If you look at this, guys, this is, you know, a really nice setup, right? If we come high to low here, this is a 90% retracement from the last move. So the last move was a 40% rally. We're coming down 27%. So you would think that I'd be all over that. However, the reason I'm not is because I noticed these rejections on Fibs. So this was the last major rejection on 150.27. And then if I take my Fibonacci from this high to low, we can see another rejection on the 618 here at 143, 144 area. That really took me away from any positions in AMD, because I'm seeing that anytime we rally, we get rejected on the Fib levels, and it's making me believe that there's institutional and larger volume here shorting. So I'm out of AMD, and I'm not going to be a part of it until I see a change in this structure. So I just wanted to keep you guys updated on that. So let's move over now and let's talk about futures. ES. Okay, so you can see I have one contract. I'm up 1785. And then MES, we closed it earlier today for $280. That was just a small trade. And also I have these SPY calls. I have the 591 calls up 62%. And I have the 600 calls expiring this week up 40%. So that one is going to be very risky going into the end of the week, but green on those for now. And let me go ahead and talk to you about this trade on futures. So here's the 1 hour chart. Okay, so let's actually swap to the 4 hour. So we had CPI this morning. This was the before math from the CPI and then the explosion. Okay, now check this out. So I ended up going long using the Fibonacci from this low to high. Right there, guys. This one kind of gave me goosebumps because as soon as we touched that 618, we popped up. I took some MES and then I bought the ES. And there has, going into CPI, if we go on the hourly, you can see we went sideways for a bit and then we exploded up. But I just wanted to show you, like, I do this on futures every week. I'm trying to make one good trade on future, trying to generate $1,000 to $5,000 plus, hopefully. Okay. And right now I'm hitting my goal. Let's see what happens with this trade. But look at this. You can't make that up with Fibonacci, guys. We touch a 618, a few points of heat, and then explosion. Okay. If we drill down to the hourly chart, we get this hammer bar followed by an inside. So if you want to do the candlestick confirmation, there's your inside bar, risking that wick right there. Boom. Coming up here, guys, already a 3.5 right now, right around 2.6. Okay. That's going to pay your bills for the week if you're trading futures. And if that's the way you want to go. So just want to put that out there. I also have these Fibonacci room right here. And this level right here, we've been watching for a very long time. Okay. So really nice there, guys. That allowed me to enter into the position. What I did as a hedge is I actually took these SPX 60/50 puts. I'm down on these about 22% right now, but I just put in roughly $2,200 as a hedge because I'm up so much on all the longs that I noticed, okay, I need to take a short. And the reason why, if I drop these fibs here on the other side, so this is the futures market coming off of the high to the low. We broke through the 618. However, if I put on the 786, you'll see that we started to reject this. So when I saw that rejection in, I told myself, all right, let me grab some of these puts just in case. Okay. So that's it. That's everything. I really hope that I showed you everything from stocks to futures, options, shares, my strategy, long-term. I really hope that this added value to you, and I try to take my time to explain everything. So please drop a like at the end and subscribe if this added value. What I'm going to do right now is a lifetime Discord giveaway. And also, guys, make sure you comment below Fib King, and that'll allow you to enter the next one. Okay. So imagine Merrick is the winner of this lifetime Discord giveaway. The last video I said anyone that commented would be eligible. So I'm picking the winner from the YouTube comments. Make sure you guys leave a comment, comment Fib King, or comment anything that you want. If you have a question, comment on the end of this video and you're going to be entered. So imagine Merrick, you are the winner of lifetime Discord giveaway. I think that's number 97. Please email me rich@tradingwars.com to secure your spot and secure your book and your access. Go to tradingwars.com/resources. I have this updated for you guys with the Fibonacci checklist you can download and my journal, all the hookups that I have, as well as the videos and the Day Trading University courses are here for free. If you want to trade live with me, click on this stock options trading. It's $100. It comes with my book. Normally comes with 1 month for free. Anyone that buys this book from this video is going to get lifetime access. Okay. So instead of 1 month, we're doing lifetime access. I want to celebrate some gains. I want to build this community. I'm looking for people that want to trade Fibonacci only. You can't come in this Discord and talk about MACD, RSI, Joe, Flow, Mo, none of that. We focus just on Fibs because we want to stay laser focused on what's working for us. So if that sounds like you want these live call outs, you want to come trade with us, $100 for life, use the website, tradingwars.com, click on stock options trading. Thank you so much for your time. Let's get this video to 100 likes. I really hope you guys enjoyed this, and let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you again on the next one. Thank you. God bless.